Good morning, team. This is the second session of Cloud Basics terms. These questions are very important from interview perspective because I included some scenario-based questions at last also, and as always, few basic questions which is related and must ask from the interview perspective. So, what are these questions? Let's start. What is scalability? What are edge locations? What are cloud fronts? Please explain how AWS login request flow with securities. What is CASB in cloud? The CASB is same as the DLP. What is the difference between IAM, DLP, and CASB? Can we replace the CASB with DLP? This part, these all questions related with the CASB. What are the types of deployments? What is IAAS, PAAS, and SAS? Explain the AWS security services in cloud. Like we have what is IAM, what are security groups and NACL, what is CloudTrail, what are guard duties, what is the difference between CloudTrail and guard duty. Question number 9, 10 relates with the scenario based. If all securities are managed by company itself and IT resources available on-prem, then why it's called as cloud? Because I believe cloud means AWS, GCP, Azure. Please explain with example. This question actually relates with the above one. We can discuss it. Uh, or this question may be asked, I have a startup and a small SAP. I purchase VM to create multi-servers and all security manages by my team only. Can I consider this as private cloud? And apart from this, I also included few questions, sub questions, which we will discuss. So it starts with the answers. What is scalability in cloud? Scalability means the ability to increase or decrease the resources like RAM, hard disk, and these resources are done automatically when there is a requirement. In cloud computing, scalability helps your application handle one more or fewer users without breaking or slowing down. Scalability is the cloud ability to grow or shrink resources based on the demand, based on the requirement, based on the needs. What are the examples? In a normal day, one server is enough to cater the request. But during the sales day or in the viral traffic, if you need 10 more servers, then the cloud automatically adjusts servers by their own without downtime the environment. This is completely a online process. So it handles the sudden traffic, for example, website crash. It saves your money. You have to pay for what you use and better user experience. Second question related with the edge locations. What is cloud front? So CloudFront is a service from AWS that delivers website contents faster to users. It does this by using nearby edge locations instead of far away and the mid data centers. Cloud makes the website faster and secure by serving content from locations close to the users. So we can say that edge locations are the mini data centers. Request first will tackle the edge locations, and then if the content is not available at these edge locations, then your request would deliver to the main data center for the requirement. But the question is why cloud front is required? Because let's understand with an example here. User in Delhi requested a website and server is in Mumbai, okay, or in US. Data travels so far. Website loads very slow. This is the process if we not use any cloud front. But if we place a cloud front, then user in Delhi gets content from the nearby edge locations, maybe in Delhi itself. much less distance, website loader faster. Okay, what is a flow here? User open a website, request goes to the nearby edge locations. If content is already there, they will provide you this part, and a cloud front sends it immediately. If not cached, then CloudFront fetched from the main data centers and stores it for the next user. So this is the workflow of a CloudFront. But what kind of content CloudFront delivers? So, CloudFront mainly delivers images, videos, CSS, JavaScript, static web pages, some public APIs, responses, databases, passwords, and sensitive personal data. CloudFront is not just fast, it's a secure also because it protects against the denial of the services, distributed denial. It supports the HTTPS encryptions. It works with the web application firewall called as WAF. It blocks bad traffic early at the edge locations, and attackers are stopped before reaching to your main data center. Next question is how CloudFront stops DDoS attack. So all the traffic is absorbed at the edge locations. CloudFront has hundred of edge locations worldwide and perform below supports. Like it attack traffic is spreadly and globally. No single servers gets overloaded. So these are the facilities provided by the CloudFront. Examples: if attacker sends traffic from 50 countries, okay, CloudFront blocks it to the it near those countries, not at your main data center. So CloudFront working as a bodyguard or as a or as a security guard against your main data center. Okay, could you please expand what how does AWS login request happening considering security appliances? So when the user opens a login page, right, first it will go to the Okta. If Okta is configured there, connection HTTPS they will use. Second step is Okta will verify your user, verify your passwords, verify your MFA, login, OTP, and all. These all are handled by the Okta. After this, what are the security controls managed by the Okta? They will Okta is providing the strong security policies, right? They will provide you the multi-factor MFA, devices and locations check. If wrong credentials, then login will be blocked here. Okta creates a secure identity token. From here, the actual SAML starts. After successful login, Okta creates SAML tokens. What are the security controls there? Digitally signed, right? It's encrypted. It's a short-lived, and these tokens proves that yes, user's identity. Step number 4 is token is sent to AWS securely. AWS IAM Identity Center. What are the security controls there? They will build the trust between AWS and Okta, and certificate based verifications and timestamp validations prevent replay attacks. Step number 5 is AWS validates the token, where token signature is valid or not. AWS will check issued by the trusted Okta and token not expired. Any failures, your access would not be successful here. Next is authorization using IAM role. AWS now performs authorization also because IAM roles map to the users. List privileges IAM policies. Examples where the developer have access to EC to read only, or user have the administrator full access or not. Step number 7 comes the temporary session created credentials. AWS created a temporary access key. AWS will create the success token and expiry time. With respect to the security controls, no permanent credentials and auto expirations limited damage. Secure access to AWS service after login credentials and authorization kind of things. User accesses to services like EC2, S3, etc. where all API calls over HTTP, right? Continuous permissions check resources policies level. Next question is what is CASB in a cloud? Does CASB is same as the data leakage prevention? So CASB is very important from the securities point of view because access securities broker is a security guard for all the cloud apps. It watches how people use cloud services and stops unsafe actions. Even after users login in, CASP make sure that the cloud is safe or not. But the question is why CASB is needed? Employees uses many cloud applications like AWS, Google Drive, Microsoft AWS, Salesforce. So risk without CSB, anyone can upload the sensitive data by mistake. Access from unsafe devices and publicly sharing companies' data. So these all risks are handled by the CASB, these ones. We can integrate CASB Okta for better performance. Okay, next is what CASB actually does. Okay, so CASB is acting like a CCTV, like who is using what. Shows all cloud app in use, find shadow IT, okay, and access control. Should this user be allowed or not? CASB will also check this. Rule only company laptop can access AWS and CSB blocks access from the personal laptops. CSB is also taking care from the DLP perspective. Uh, like examples are the employer tries to upload the credit card data for the cloud is storage and CSB detects sensitive data and upload is blocked automatically. And CSB also helps in threat detections, whether this behavior is risky or not. What are the examples? Some users log in from India and then Europe in 5 minutes. CASB highlighted it as a suspicious and session is blocked or challenged. From the compliance point of view, CSB helps to meet the GDPR requirement, DPDP, and ISO 01. Also, there are multiple, securities frameworks are there where CSB is supporting. Keep audit logs of the cloud activities. Okay, next question is what is the difference between CASB, IAM, and DLP? So this is the easy one. I had made it here the table where you know IAM will tell, okay, who can log in. DLP will tell, how to protect the sensitive data from the leakages. And CASB talks about controls how cloud is used, includes DLP. So DLP is a small control which exists in CASB. So DLP is one feature inside CASB. If this question may ask in interview, then you can say, okay, CSB is a cloud security layer that sits between user and cloud services to monitor access, enforce security rules, and protected sensitive data. CSB looks like similar to DLP, but exactly they are not same because DLP protects data. These only relates with the data, and CASB protects cloud usage, and DLP as a one control. So DLP is focuses from the data perspective. Uh, it can find sensitive data like PAN card, Aadhaar card, and credit card. It blocks copy sharing or uploading the data, but CASB is a border cloud security layer which controls the access, which monitors the user behavior, which enforces security policies, and it protects the data using DLP. So CASB answers is completely cloud being used safely. So CASB is a better options there. Okay. Next questions related with please explain AWS security services in HANA cloud. Here the spelling is mistake. Okay. What is IAM? What is securities groups? NACLs? What is tail cloud? What is duty guard? So it starts with the IAM. IAM is identity and access management is okay. This is a security systems of AWS. It decides who can access AWS and what they allowed to do. IAM makes sure the right person gets the right access to the right AWS services. Why IAM is required here? Without IAM, everyone can access everything. Accidentally, deletion or data leakages may happen. IAM prevents this controlling access. All these mistakes, who will control? IAM will control. So here there is a brief, points what IAM controls. IAM controls who are you. It acts as authentication, user, role, and Okta Google's. Okay, what you do? Whether do you have access permission to start EC2, read S3 files, whether you are authorized to delete the database or not. From where? Specific IP, MFA required, and time-based access. Okay, what is NACL? What are the securities groups? A securities groups are a virtual firewall. Securities groups is a virtual firewall attached to an EC2 instance. It controls who can talk to the server. What is NACL? Network ACL. NACL is a firewall applied to a subnet. It controls traffic before it reaches to any EC2 instances. What is Trail Cloud? AWS CloudTrail is a service that records everything that happens in your AWS account. So it is acting like a CCTV camera of the AWS. It take care what from where and when happens. So why tail cloud is very important? Because if something going wrong in your organization, then who has deleted the NS server? You can't investigate the security incident, no audit trail for compliance. So all these things are managed by the Trail Cloud. Okay, what Trail Cloud records? Management events by default, sure. Okay, so log into AWS console. It can delete the EC2, change securities groups, and modify the IAM policies. So these are the things uh, Cloud Trail is record. So it is a CCTV, it is a vigilance eye of the organization. What is Duty Guard? Amazon Duty Guard is AWS threat detection service that continuously monitors your AWS environment to find malicious and suspicious activities. Is someone trying hacked or misuse your AWS account? Who will monitor? Guard. Duty guard will monitor. Here, what things are monitored by the duty guard? Here, CloudTrail logs account and IAM activities, VPC, and a flow logs, network traffics, DNS logs, suspicious domain accesses, uh, no agents to install, work or automatically once enabled. What are the examples? Compromised credentials, IAM users log in from the unusual countries and suddenly start creating EC2 instances. And with regard to this, Duty Guard will raise an alert here. Malware communication is monitored by the Duty Guard. EC2 instance contacts knowns, malicious IPs, DNS request matches threat list. So Duty Guard detects possible malwares. Port scanning attack. It is also monitored by the Duty Guard. Large number of failed connection attempts, unusual network scanning behavior, and these all are monitored by the Duty Guard as a reconciled activity. Now the question is, what is the difference between a Trail Cloud and a Duty Guard? Because both are related to, you know, their functionality are very, very close. So, Cloud Trail is records what that happens. It is a vigilance, it acts like a CCTV. But Duty Guard is detect if something bad is happening. These are the examples, you know, Trail Cloud acts as a CCTV camera. It records all AWS actions. It stores the logs used for audit and investigations, and Duty Guard acting as a security alarm here. It analyzes the logs. It detects suspicious or malicious activities, and it raises the alerts and findings. What are the types of deployment? Very important. The answer is, public, private, hybrid, community, and multi. It starts with the public. So a public cloud is a cloud where computing resources are owned and managed by the cloud provider and shared by many customers over the internet. Examples: you rent servers, storages, and services instead of buying them. Best known public cloud providers are AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. It's exactly same, where you are renting a apartment. You don't buy the building, right? You don't require to build the building. You only pay the rent for what you use. Security, power, maintenance are handled by the owner itself. Second is the private one. In private cloud, this is used by only one organization. The infrastructure is not shared with anyone else. It's exactly same as your own house. You can only use it. You can manage the control, security controls and accesses. It's a higher cost and more controls. Okay, where a private cloud can exist, this cloud can exist on-prem, like their own data centers, or hosted by a third party but dedicated to one company. Now the question is, if all securities are managed by the company itself and IT resources available on premises, then why it is called as a cloud? Because I believe cloud means AWS, GCP, Azure. Please explain with example. This question is very important, because if I can see above, right, the definition is talks about, right, used by the one organization, right? You control the securities and access, so everything is managed by the organization, and it was a main thing. It is a on premises data center. So if this is a on premises, then why we are called this as a cloud, na? So this question is very important actually, and keep in mind. So you can consider it as a private cloud, but under certain conditions. Just having VMs and managing security yourself does not automatically mean private cloud. It becomes a private cloud if cloud features exist. If cloud features exist, this statement is very important. So, does any features required to become a cloud? The answer is yes. What are these? Let's discuss. When it is not a Mm, uh, when it is not a private cloud, if VMs are created manually, if you are creating the VMs manually, it will not considered as a private one. Each request needs IT tickets manually. No service portals, no automations, no people's, no resources poolings. In this state, in this, such kind of examples, the traditional valuation infrastructure, it is not considered as a cloud, but it will act as a cloud when you have a virtualization, you have a self-service portal, you have on-demand VM creations, you have automation, you have resources poolings, you have usage trackings. What are the examples? VM Cloud, OpenStack, Nutanix. Now, what is hybrid cloud? So, a hybrid cloud is a setup where two environments work together, like private on-prem data center and a public. Data and applications can move or communicate between them. What makes it hybrid? It's not just using both. It's not just using both clouds. They must be connected and integrated. Secure network connections, data sharing or app integrations, unified operations partly. Examples are banking. Yeah, customers data are managed by the private on-prem, and mobile banking are managed by the public cloud. E-commerce, normal traffic on-prem, but festive sales or high peaks would be managed as a bursting traffic would be managed by the public one. Next question with respect to this one, banking one, this one, this part. What is a scenario-based question here? In mobile banking example, why companies hosting mobile banking app on public cloud? They can also implement the banking application in the private cloud. This will make the less costlier. Okay. Yes, a bank can host the mobile application in their private cloud also, but public cloud gives big advantages that usually makes the better choice. What is a better choice? Traffic is unpredictable, like in salary days, festive days, UPIs, rush hours. In these high peak times, the traffic consumption is more. So public cloud is required in this case because they can provide the auto scales and pay only when the traffic increases. But in private cloud, right, must buy server in advance. Most servers stay ideally. So public cloud is more cost efficient for variable traffic. Third is high availability and global reach. For this, public cloud provides multiple reasons built in load balancings, disaster recoveries, and private cloud includes need huge investments to match this for 24/7 mobile apps. Public cloud is cheaper at scale. Next is what is a community cloud? A community cloud is a cloud that is shared by multiple organizations and numbers of organizations that have similar requirements. These organizations trust each others and follow common rules. In a community cloud society, it's exactly same as um, your you're in a party house where multiple similar societies peoples can enjoy and shared cost, same rules for everyone. This point is very important. Who uses community clouds? So organization that have similar requirements in terms of security, in terms of the compliance rules, or in terms of the business goals, like government departments, because different government offices, right, they all have the same security rules, so they can share the cloud platforms. Next is the healthcare, because all hospitals and labs having the similar requirements need to follow health data law and share infrastructure securely. What is multi-cloud? So in this, uh, more than one public cloud provider at the same time. Multi-cloud means using more than one public cloud provider at the same time. Examples, a organization is using the AWS and Azure together. It is exactly similar as we are using a Jio and Airtel SIM card in one cell phone. If network slows down Jio, then we can use the Airtel one and the vice versa. So common multi-cloud providers are the AWS, Azure, GCP. Many are there. Alibaba also. Okay. But why such type of cloud is requirement? Because AWS is manages by the services example, and we are using analytics in GCP, and identity and Active Directory is managed by the Azure. Second thing, risk reductions, applications running on AWS and backup environment done on the Azure. If one cloud goes down, then the business continues. Okay, most important thing is what is IAAS, PAS, and SASS. So IAS is acting as a software as a services, means using uh, software over the internet without installing or maintaining it on your own computer or services. You can just log in and use it. SaaS platform, Netflix are the examples. You don't buy to need anything, right? You don't need to manage the servers. You just need a stream and watch. Example, Gmail, Google, documentations management and Salesforce, CRM. Microsoft Offices and Zoom meetings are the examples of the SaaS. What the SaaS platforms actually manages? So they manages at the back end applications, they manages the servers, they manages the storages part, they manages security patches, and they manages the backups and all the updates. What the customer manages then? Customer manages their user accounts, their data usages, and access permissions. Now, what is PAS? PAS gives you ready-made platform to build the run and manage applications without managing the servers. In this, the cloud provider take care of the servers, OS runtime, scalings, gives you an environment where you just write and deploy codes. You focus on the applications, not the infrastructure. What is IaaS? IaaS provides basic IT infrastructure, server storage networks over the internet. In this cloud, the cloud providers gives you virtual machines, servers, storage, and networks. You build and manages everything else yourself. Creates EC2 virtual machines, install Linux, Windows, install databases and applications, manages the security patches. This is called the IaaS. So, online trainings available for ISO 27001, TPRM, SOX, SOC 2, GDPR, PCI. You can email me on rajveersingh@gmail.com if you require trainings, right? We are also helping candidates for interview preparations. Okay. We can also providing the how to crack, and unlimited connects are available. Okay. Where you may raise any queries one on one with me, one to one with me. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.